If I were to get Goliath of the Gene C, oh, I'm told there are two, but I'm mostly talking about the famous one. You know, vidole viwili havitoshani. One has to be longer than the other. I'm talking about Bradley. As for the other Goliath, Waswahili husema bahati ya mwenzio usilalie mlango wazi. So I would say the other one, it's unlucky that your colleague also from Bungoma has succeeded, and most likely you may not succeed. Or if you succeed, you will not succeed to the extent that he has succeeded. Bradley, the first thing I would say, I don't know whether I can get him, but what I know is that I have subscribed to his channel, and maybe he has subscribed to my channel. But if he reaches out to my channel, this is what I would want to tell him. First and foremost, say thank you to God. Say thank you to God in your own way, in a way that you are comfortable, in a way that nobody else chooses for you, but you choose for yourself. It could be in your house alone, even appreciating how things have changed with you. Just compare. On a date like this today, last year, you are very much different from what you are now. And I'm very sure that on a date like this, last year, it never even crossed your mind that you would be what you are today. Remember where you were. Remember those who stood with you. Not only last year, but since you were born. Since I was sacked from the police to where I am, I have had 3 such instances. And on this third one, it's the greatest uplift. And it is also the greatest that I've said that I have to look left and right. And it is on this third, uplift that I've decided that I have to look left and right. And Bradley, if you're watching me, please learn from my third uplift. From the day you became famous, just like people say that your first salary, if you are employed, should be the first plan for your retirement. You also should know that the first day you are famous should be the first time to plan on how this life may change drastically. Right where you are, it's like you are having that large light that is usually at marketplace where people call them mulika mwizi, isn't it? A lot of light is shining upon you right now. But in a blink of the eye, it could disappear. You could find yourself, even the mulika mwizi torch, you are using mulika mwizi, I mean the light that you had is like that sokoni mulika mwizi. But you may find yourself, even the mulika mwizi kabambe phone, the light that it produces, you do not have it. So be prepared for that. Another thing you should be prepared is that whatever is attracting people to you, there's a time they'll get used to it. One time, we used to have on market a kiosk that was called Simu ya Jamii. Simu ya Jamii. I saw people taking loans to start Simu ya Jamii. But today, do we have Simu ya Jamii? People are looking at you, how tall you are and whatever. They'll reach a time when they'll get used to seeing you and they'll not pay to see you. So be ready, be ready. I saw your mother, or the lady claiming to be your mother, but from her looks, she must be related to you. She said that invest, maybe get land, maybe build there, such and such a thing. This thing may reach somewhere and stop. So get settled in such a way that should there be a blackout. You know, blackouts are two. There is temporary and permanent. Even when there is a temporary blackout, you'll find that you continue staying. I say temporary blackout because somebody hacked my YouTube, and for over 6 months I got nothing. And even he himself got nothing from the YouTube. So somebody who had been used to getting so much money, and then that time I was thinking of talking to the landlord to wait. And then even talking to the landlord, I was having a problem because I didn't even know whether I will recover the YouTube channel. That is why I even started the second channel. So there is a temporary blackout which can come and go. Then there is the permanent. Please look into that. I started by saying, thank God. In my opinion, biggest con men in the world are people who say they are, what do you call, wachungaji, watumishi, and so on. I'll tell you, from experience, of course, after the lapse of the second time, because the first time I had a video camera, and in those years when you had a video camera, wewe ndio kusema. I went all over Kenya. I went to Jaribuni Muvueni, very near Shakahola. I even went to Bondo. I even went to, name it, to cover functions with the video camera. Then suddenly the video camera got banned. That was my first lapse. The second lapse, I got a security company, and then the security company collapsed. So there is always this time. The first time I got the video camera, I forgot. I thought that I had gotten a permanent job like the one I had in the police force. And even when I got the security company. So that is what I'm telling you. This thing can really, the fame you are getting and whatever can be deemed either temporary or permanently. When my security company collapsed, there's a preacher. Those who are on my Facebook know him. This preacher organized with some crooks that I should, they organized with some crooks that I should be kidnapped and then dragged and then sign. I was supposed to sign a document. And being dragged, surrendering the security company. What he did not know is that selling a company, a registered company, is not like selling mandazis on the road. Selling a security company takes a lot of time, filling in form number C12 and so C7 and C12 and so on and so forth. But recently, when my YouTube started shooting up, I met him and he was so much changed. And he was so humble and told me I know you are going to get a lot of money. You're going to get a lot of money. Do this. Get 10% and give it to God. That is the word he used. And that is the word they use. Well, if you truly believe that giving a human being, a pastor, a tenth of what you have, or 10% of what you have earned, if you believe that, then it's okay. But you find that this is a pastor who wanted to con me of my source of income, just snatch a company from me and start it afresh. Security company. That is a crook, isn't it? A gangster. Then later on, he was turning back and telling me that now you are doing well in your YouTube. Go to your pastor and toa to fungu la kumi. That is bad. I would say, I don't know your beliefs. I would advise you that instead of giving the pastor 10%, why don't you go to your church? Look around. Do they have hymn books? Do they have Bibles which they'll be reading while whatever? Do they have hymn books? Do they have Bibles? Do they have enough benches? Or if the public address system is old and whatever, why not buy that church a public address system that is more modern? Or take the number of the token of that place. Why don't you even buy token and pay electricity and even rates for that church for a whole year? Yani, somebody who has never gone to a theology school wants just to get that. And that is why you have paid God. If you went to such a school, such a church and paid electricity for the whole year, I think you have paid God. So one thing is pay God in a way you are comfortable, but mostly don't pay the preacher, pay the church. If you have to listen to me. I know you are, half of my children are older than you, so I'm like an uncle, I'm like a parent to you. The other thing is, there is a rumor which I don't know. Are you married? There is a rumor that the money has brought you, the fame has made you separate with your wife. If you separate with your wife for any other reason, that is okay. But if the fame is the one which is making you separate, then think twice. But this is a rumor. It might be that you have not even separated in the first place. So we cannot talk about that. But I only commented just in case it is so. The other thing is, I want to talk about your parents. Yes, I know it is now established that your parents were separated before your father died. It is said that your father and your mother separated before your father died. And now I am hearing people from your father's clan coming out saying that, you see, I'm a Luhya, na hiyo ndio upuzi ya Waluhya. People say mimi huongea ukabila, but then I usually talk the truth. Now, for all those years since he was born in 1990 to 2023, that is 33 years, for a third of a century, the clan of his father knew he was there. The clan of his father knew that he was going through hardship, but they did not want to come near him. Even cursing was not there, but cursing has come because of the belief that is now swimming in money. That is not a curse. Actually, when I was young, I was told something, and I will tell young people today. What is a curse? A curse, according to me, is this. Your father, your parent may talk shakla blakla kakabla kadabra to you, but you have not wronged them. It will not catch. But your father, you may punish your father to an extent. Your father says, hey, mimi ndio nilizaa. Just talking to himself. Mimi ndio nilizaa huyu. Heri kuwa tasa. Heri kuwa tasa. That one will catch you. So your parent does not need to come and say shakarakadabra na makaburu na oitaburu to you for you to be cast. If you have done it and your parent feels sad, the curse is automatic. If you have done nothing and your parent shouts from here to Babylon, it will not catch you. So these people from his father's clan saying that he should go there or he'll be cast. The cursing is coming because he has deep pockets. Please, let that one not influence you. What I would say is that last year and the years before last, you used to stay in such a way that you could not afford to visit them. Just pay them a courtesy call. Pay them a courtesy call. I know Luhias. I'm one of them. Luhias, what will happen is that they'll insist you give them money. And that money, once you give them, they don't. Once you give them money, they don't do what? Once you give them money, they don't use that money. They go to that Kamze, Karumanzira. They'll take the money to Karumanzira. If you are a Luhya, place your money in the M-Pesa. If any person who wants money from you, either buy him or her things. Mostly the Karumanzira people are ladies. Buy him or her whatever. And if he or she still insists on money, and you have money in your pocket, take him or her to the nearest M-Pesa shop, withdraw money, sign, but don't touch that money. If you believe in Luhya tradition, then akiroga anaroga nani? But please have a, what do you call it? A reasonable respect for those people. They forgot you. I saw your mom. Your mom was talking with a lot of pain. She grew up with you. You grew up whatever. Let her be next to you. And those people, because I'm told your father is dead, those junior and senior fathers of yours, go and pay them just respect the way you would have paid your own biological father if he were alive. Your mother wants you to buy land elsewhere. Your father's people insist on you settling there. They had even forgotten. You see, the problem with being broke, and I've seen it, I've told you I've relapsed it 3 times, is that when life is dark, even your own shadow escapes you. From what you're getting, is it enough to buy shamba? Because I've gotten some phone calls from relatives. One who is staying in a settlement scheme was telling me that people are confusing him and me because his father and my father follows his father. And he's also a former police officer. So he was telling me I should look for money and then he can direct me where to buy land. I tell you, whatever I get, if I were to show you the statement, you'll be shocked when people think that I can buy land. And even Bradley, people would think that he's capable of buying big land. If Bradley, whatever you are getting can make you buy land, then buy land away from your father's people. Your father's people want to give you half an acre, but what do they want to milk you from you? is more than 3 acres. Just as I said, have a respectable relationship with them, but don't pull them there. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that I've seen, before I say that, I've seen the company that you used to work for, the company that you used to work for as a loader. I've used you for their own marketing. But I've seen that. I can tell you, there is a, what do you call? In my former recording, I've even talked about a certain company, a Rialto company, which took my things once and put them out, and they were rained on. But after these things started coming, I've been called to their office several times and offered tea. Yes, I go. One thing I'm addicted to is newspapers. So you go to their office, you find there 3 newspapers. The Star, the Standard, and the Nation. I stay there. Utakunywa chai ama utakunywa soda, sijui nini nini. They think I've forgotten, but I keep a reasonable distance with them. That is what I would tell you. So this company that is going around saying that you used to work for them, if we have to chimba that story, you'll find that most likely I'm suspecting that the last time you were with them is that you are crying to them, telling them if they sack you, where else can you get salary? And they would say, go to hell. Now that you have gone and they have found that you have gone to heaven, not hell, now they want to reclaim you. That thing happened, and it has happened to very many people, including me. Lastly, I would want to talk about, which I was saying that I'll say, I want to talk about the people you have been with who are not your relatives up to just before you became famous. Please, don't sever your link with them. Be visiting them. Be visiting them. And be talking to them. We have people who visit others with a bad intention. I have seen people. I used to stay in a Mabati house 10 by, is it 10? Not even 10 by 10. I think it is 8 by 8, because if I see the length of the bed, and then those must have been 2 feet extending from the bed. It was 8 by 8. There's somebody who became rich, and Waswahili wanasema ameomoka. There is one who omokad, and when he omokad, he used to come and bado kiateka anasumbuaga sijui nini bado mnazimioshwaga stima mchana mnaona stima usiku tu na siku za public holidays. Don't go there to mock them. Don't go there to boast and give out money in a boastful manner. Yes, you know how they live. You can give them money. You can buy them. You can go to a supermarket, buy, how many houses are there? 20. You can go there, hire an Uber, buy 400 kilos of sugar, carry it to that place, each house give them. But it should be from your heart, not from your pride. Don't go there to show that mimi mambo ya kuzimi ama mambo ya kwenda kuoga in a public nini, don't. Also, after visiting them, while you go back home, pray to God for 2 things. Pray to God, thanking Him for removing you from the slums to Runda where you are. And 2, which is more important than that, please God, remember those whom I left behind. I know what they are going through. I'm not better than them to have received your blessing. Please bless several of them, if not all of them. Because the biggest weapon you can have for anybody is praying and wishing the other person good luck. Thank you.